All right, Tanya, you're our resident bee expert. Since we have you, we have still so many questions to ask. So let me just fire off a few for you. The first one that I noticed is when it comes to bees or when you're at the store buying honey, I noticed that there are different colors of honey. Some are golden, some are darker. Why is that?
So all nectar comes from different flowers, and different flowers are different colors, right? And they're going to produce a different nectar. So a honeybee keeper that it has their bees and wants to collect a particular honey has to wait till the flowers are in bloom, move their colonies over to those flowers, then they harvest the honey immediately after the flowers go out of bloom. Bam, you have one kind of honey.
There we go. So if you don't want to be a beekeeper per se, but you still want to help out the bees, what can people do?
You can plant flowers for the bees. You want to plant flowers that are local to the area, make lots of blooms, especially flowers that bloom in times when there's nothing else out there. And then you can put water out for the bees. You want to keep it real shallow for the bees so they have something to walk around on.
Are wasps bees?
Wasps and bees are different. So in the whole lineage of the bees, the vespids go one way and apidae go the other way. So they are not related that way.
When bees sting and when wasps sting, it's different, right? So when bees sting, do they die right away or how does that?
So when a bee stings you, the stinger when a bee stings skin, so dog skin, human skin, like that, the stinger stays inside the skin, and as the bee flies away, the stinger stays behind, and so does a muscle that continues to pump venom in. The bee flies away and will eventually die because it just lost part of its intestines, but it's not immediate. But it can't sting you again.
Let's say you're being maybe like attacked by a honeybee and then you kind of try to run and get in the water. Can that even, is that even something to do? Can honeybees land on water or they're just smart enough to like wait around for you?
So they can't land on the water, but they're just gonna wait until you come up again. You know, honeybees are attracted to movement. So moving is going to attract the bees. And when you try to get out of the water, you have to swim. They're going to come right back to you. And then you're probably going to end up drowning before you can, outswim a bee.
Any other misconception, maybe one or two that you always hear and you're thinking, that's not true?
Gosh, it's just hard to think of. Honeybees, the honey does help with allergies. It's the pollen in the honey that's helping people because it's, bees are collecting from all the different flowers. There's bound to be something in there that you're allergic to that it's going to help you, kind of like your little dose of medicine.
That's a really good point because I know a lot of people, especially when we have those really, like all the allergies during the season, I mean, it gets tough and people say, local honey, that'll help. So people do come in here to get some local honey.
Yeah, you can use honey, a teaspoon of honey a day, or you can use a little bit of pollen.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
You're welcome.